Welcome from the home of the New York Mets, Citi Field in Queens. The Show has an NL East matchup. The Atlanta Braves going up against the New York Mets. John Shambi alongside Chris Singleton. Man, Singy, he was on a whole different level in his last game. What an effort.
Yeah, Boog, he had that look in his eye from the jump. Really had the hitters guessing all day. So much confidence on the mound, and the stats back it up.
First pitch coming your way next. And on the mound today, Clay Holmes. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch-to-contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boog, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They can move through a ball game, and you look up, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
Here's a 1-1. There's a swing and a drive. That one hops against the fence. The relay throw, not in time. That's a leadoff double.
He was all over that one. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. at the plate. Man at second. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Here's the 2-2. That one the other way. Brings it in. One away. Here's the Atlanta Braves lineup. Of course, one of the best players in the game today, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Berg, it's kind of a joke that this guy's got a career OPS over 900. I mean, there are a lot of players that hope that they could just do that in one season, but he's done it his entire career. And in reality, there's only about 60 players that can claim that type of production.
The 1-1. Chopped out towards short. Lindor throws to first. Play is made, 2 out.
That is the catcher, Sean Murphy.
Here's Sean Murphy. Man on second, 2 down. Chop to the left side. Bichette whips it to first. That is the inning. Now the Mets will step up for their first shot in a scoreless ball game. You're watching Mets baseball on The Show NYC. We go to the bottom of the first. And now here's the starter for Atlanta, Chris Sale. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots. Jorge Polanco up now for the Mets. The 2-2 on the way. Out towards right center field. Smith on the move to the alley. And there's one down. Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. Of course, a big piece for them is their DH, Mark Vientos.
Well, these days we know teams, they put a game plan together for every hitter in a lineup. But a guy like this, they circle him, make sure he doesn't beat you. So they put in a little extra time and effort on how they're going to approach him. He can be a huge difference maker when he's hot. So it's going to be fun to see how they try to work him right here.
Foul off the plate. They'll do it again. 1-2 now. Sale. Got him. That's out number 2.
No need to deviate from the slider right there. The hitter just not making the adjustment. He came at him with the breaking ball, pitch after pitch, and that at bat, and evidently there was no answer for it.
Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Around first, heading for 2. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Well, his hot hitting continues. He's been getting great results lately. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Francisco Alvarez digs in now. And foul ball.
Well, there's a chance right here for one of the better hitters on this roster to get him on the board in the first. Thanks to the 3.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side. And that'll do it. Nothing for the Mets in the first. Second inning coming up from Citi Field. 0-0 here on the show. Back here at Citi Field. Now in for the Braves, Austin Riley. The 1-1 is fouled off. And a swing and a miss, and one away. Dom Smith stands in. Swing and a ground ball into the outfield, base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Batting 7.
He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. No score here in the second. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Stays alive. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Swings through it for the K. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. And next for Atlanta, Eli White. Got him swinging. That K is his third of the game. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here in Queens, bottom half of inning number 2, Mark Vientos up now for the Mets. In the air, right side. And there's one away.
Batting 6, the shortstop,
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate.
Well, here's a game Lindor will never forget. One night in July of 2023, he went 5 for 5 with a home run, 2 triples, and he scored 3 runs. That stat line is so rare, only one other player has done it. Guess who? Willie Mays in 1958.
To first, already 2 out here in the home half of inning number 2. Now it's Marcus Semien. 2 down, nobody on. Ground ball, left side. Slings it across, and Semien is out. And that's the 3rd out. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Welcome back. And Singy, last time out, he was nearly untouchable. Today, same story.
He's pitching like a man on a mission out there, a hitter's nightmare.
The 1-1. Comes up empty. That's strike two.
Well, and those hitters count sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Back to the leadoff spot in the Braves lineup. Matt Olson up to the plate.
Olson.
The 1-1. Yeah, that's fouled off. Hot shot to third. Bichette whips it to first. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the third. Here's Acuna. Acuna with just 1 more homer to reach the 200 career mark. 2 down, nobody on. He's one of the best players in baseball when it comes to scoring runs, Singy. His numbers are good enough to put him in the top 10. No question about this one. It's out of here. He hammers one out to center. His 14th of the year. The Braves score first. It's 1-0. Singy, somebody go track down that baseball. It's number 200 for him.
200 career home runs. That's legitimate power at the plate, and that's something that a lot of guys would dream of getting to. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
So 2 down. Here comes Mike Yastrzemski to the plate. Here's a 1-1. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Robert under it. And that is that. Acuna goes yard for the Braves. It's now 1-0. This is NL East Baseball here on MLB The Show. Back here at Citi Field, bottom of the inning, Luis Robert Jr. up now for the Mets. On the ground to third, and it goes just foul. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Got him looking. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Well, he's got great strikeout stuff on the mound, doesn't he? Double-digit strikeouts in his last start, and he's just racking them up again in this one. This guy can really dominate a game out there. Not a fun assignment for any lineup.
So digging in, Tyrone Taylor. The lefty ready, and a 1-1. Way out front for strike 2. On the ground, right side, Albies handles, throws to first, and 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the third.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there, just rolled over it, got the ground ball.
Back to the top of the Mets order, and now the first baseman, Jorge Polanco. Oh. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. And it's filled up. Juan Soto waiting on deck if they extend the inning.
Plenty of pop in his bat, so he could give them the lead.
Brings it in for the third out. Down in order go the Mets. And it remains 1-0. Back here in Queens, well, an excellent outing last game and locked in again today, Siggy.
Yeah, and what a weapon for this team. He's really keeping these hitters guessing.
Hammered, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Up next for Atlanta, the third baseman,
Austin Riley at the plate. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
And that one goes straight to the backstop. Throws to second. Tag, save at second. And good hustle to move up. That's a wild pitch. So now, with one away and a man at second, now it's Dominic Smith. Here's a 1-1. And that one fouled off. Inside, almost got him. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. One out and a runner at second. Top half of inning number 4. Hard on the ground to first. Polanco steps on the bag. 2 down.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
And here comes Ozzie Albies to the dish. Murphy at third with 2 away. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Out to short. In plenty of time to first, and the inning is over. Braves strand 1, but they lead it 1-0. Bottom 4, Juan Soto with an impressive home run total. Top 5 in the league is legit, Siggy.
Oh, for sure, Boog. He's got that don't make a mistake vibe every time he steps in.
You can almost hear the crowd hold its breath when he swings.
Yeah, and most of the time it's for good reason. He's a human highlight reel.
Here's a high chopper. Dubon to first. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Bo Bichette up to the dish.
the third baseman,
And a 1-1. Foul ball there. The wind, the kick, and the 1-2. On the ground, right side. Into the outfield, base hit. And they have their first hit since the first inning.
up next,
Francisco Alvarez up now for the Mets. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Tying run is at first. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Got him looking for the strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. And now it's Mark Vientos.
The designated hitter.
The 1-1. Swinging a foul out of play. Goes down looking. Mets lead 1. They trail here 1-0. We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. Kodai Senga.
And as relievers go, he's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution are huge for him.
Now in for the Braves, Eli White.
Eli White.
No, that's a ball.
This one in the air. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for Atlanta, the shortstop, Mauricio Dubon.
Here's Mauricio Dubon. The 1-1 is fouled off. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. On the ground, and that's just foul. The 1-2. Fouls that off to the left, and will do it again.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
A dive, he's got it. From his knees, the throw. On the money, nice play.
Well, you can see right there, he looks very comfortable going to the backhand. Nice diving stop, gets up to complete the play. That'll fire the team up for sure.
Back to the top of the lineup. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Matt Olson. And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. Down in order go the Braves. But they hold a 1-0 lead. Back here at Citi Field, we head to the bottom of the 5th. Francisco Lindor up now for the Mets. Fouled off. He was late. Little bouncer out in front of the plate. And he beats it. He's safe.
Did a nice job getting there. Good throw, but very difficult to get anybody on that one as far as you had to go and throw. You know? Yeah, no question.
No outs. Runner at first. Here is Marcus Semien. Ball to strike. Swings through that one for strike 2.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. And that one is lifted in the air. Yastrzemski on the move. And there's one down.
Up next for the Mets, the center fielder,
Luis Robert now. Tying run is at first. Last half of inning number 5. Gets a piece and stays alive. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. On the ground to first. It's in and out of his glove. But he wins the foot race to first. Good job of knowing how much time he had there.
Right fielder, number 15, Tyrone.
Now it's the right fielder, Tyrone Taylor. So RBI spot, but Chris, this is a guy that is not really swinging the bat all that well here.
In this situation, you have a real good opportunity to get swings and misses and record a strikeout. I think you attack him in this spot.
Brother at second, 2 down. Got him swinging.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far. Ronald Acuna Jr. will hit next.
The designated hitter, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Here's a 1-1. A little out front there as he swings through it. Swings and misses. That's the first sweeper we've seen today, and the batter made a mess of it. Mike Yastrzemski up here.
The left fielder, Mike Yastrzemski.
Ball to strike. The pitch. Late on that fastball. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but it worked. He got the swing and miss, and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
2 down, base is empty. Sean Murphy next up for the Braves. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. Outside. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And he strikes out the side here in the 6th. It's the Braves 1 and the Mets nothing. Back here in Queens, here's the Mets leadoff man, Jorge Polanco. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Pitch count's getting up there now, and not saying that's the reason for this walk, but this is the point in the game when every sign of wavering starts to get everyone's attention.
Here's Juan Soto.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
The 1-1. And that one fouled off. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Swing and a drive, deep right field. And that is foul.
He hasn't gotten the result yet, but he's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Here comes the skipper. New pitcher for the Braves, Ian Hamilton.
Well, he's been hit pretty hard at times this season, as you see with the big ERA. So this is an important outing for him to get on the right track.
And up next for New York, Bo Bichette. His home and away splits there. On the ground, could be 2. Over to Albies. Double play. They can't seem to break through. Inning over.
They made it look easy, but it started with a nice feed to the second baseman from the shortstop. Perfect turn, and they're out of this jam.
We go to the top of the 7th. Now in for the Braves, Austin Riley. In there at the knees, and the count 1-2.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts.
Simply said, this guy's flailing at the plate right now. Just disconnected from head to toes in terms of the sink of his body. That's his 5th strikeout of the series, and we're just 2 games in. So hoping to see some kind of adjustment out of him. His at-bats are just a little tough to watch right now.
Stepping in, Dominic Smith. Strike 3, and now 6 strikeouts in a row. Smith wants to challenge this, thought it was a ball, and it's going to stay a strike. That knocks them down to 1 challenge left. Ozzie Albies up to the plate. 2 down, nobody on. That's off the inside corner. Ball 2. Fastball for a strike at 95. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 7 in a row by way of the K. Braves go down quickly here, but they're on top 1-0.
Now pitching for
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Robert Suarez.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year. So the defense should be active.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. And the tying run is on base.
Well, that was an important at-bat in this game, so great job there stepping up to the challenge. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Next is the designated hitter, Mark Vientos. 1-1 now. Tap foul at the plate.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, I've always said it's tough. An elevated fastball you see so well, hard to lay off of. Well, when you're talking about 100 miles per hour, chances of catching up are next to none. So to see that one just blown right by him, I think you're going to have to start a lot earlier if you're going to catch up to that speed.
And now it's Frankie Lindor. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And they hold the lead runner at second. Potential tying run now in scoring position.
Just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Now a pretty big at bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
And now Marcus Semien steps up in a big spot. This one in the air, center field. White under it. And there are two down.
Up next for the Mets, the center fielder, Luis Robert.
Two aboard, 2 outs. And now the center fielder, Luis Robert Jr. The 1-1. Swing and a drive. This one is crushed. No doubt about it. And here in the late stages, they had the lead. Luis Robert hits one out. And they jump in front in the 7th. It's 3-1.
You're not going to be able to wipe the smile off his face for a while, Boo. He just changed the game. That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
Here comes the manager out of the Braves dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Robert Suarez will depart. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher. Dylan Lee taking over on the mound.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Next to hit, Tyrone Taylor. And 1-2. Got him swinging. He chased the changeup. Inning over. Mets get 3 on this homer. And this is now a 3-1 ball game. This is NL East Baseball here on MLB The Show. Back here at Citi Field, we go to the 8th. Eli White getting ready to hit. And here comes the Mets manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Kodai Senga out of the game. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. So they turn things over to the righty, Devin Williams.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Challenge from behind the dish here. It just shaved the zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That one back there. That one is foul, and he'll see another. The 1-2. And a swing and a miss. One up on down. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Now at the plate, Mauricio Dubon. Tries to hold up, appeal to first, didn't go. Here's a 2-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. 2-2 now. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The Mets leading by 2, and we're in the top of the 8th. On the ground right side. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th.
If you want to be a great defense, you have to deliver consistently. It doesn't matter how many highlight reel plays you make if you can't execute the small stuff, just like we saw.
Back to the top of the order now. And now Matt Olson up to hit. Two down, nobody on. And that's through the swing. It's a strikeout. Braves are set down 1-2-3. Score holds. It's 3-1. Here in Queens, out to the bottom of the 8th, Jorge Polanco up now for the Mets. Line drive, base hit. And a good start to the inning. Here's Juan Soto. Lee, a 6'3" lefty, 31 years old, and he was a 10th round pick back in 2016. That one is absolutely belted. That's got a chance. Makes the catch up against the wall.
Up next for the Mets, the third baseman, Bo.
One out man at first. Now the third baseman, Bo Bichette. Out towards right center. That's well struck. That one carrying. And it is gone. Bo Bichette bops one out of here. His 13th home run of the season, and they add to their lead. It's 5-1.
And that shot makes their grip on the lead even tighter. That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
Now here is Francisco Alvarez. Throws to first in time, and there's two away.
Up next for the Mets.
Now here is Mark Vientos. Bases empty, two away, but 2 runs are in here the bottom half of the 8th inning. And that one hammered way back there. And that one is off the wall. The throw into second. And in there with a double off the wall.
I'll tell you, when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that, I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like nothing makes you feel like a true professional hitter more than a bullet the other way.
Here comes the manager out of the Braves dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Dylan Lee gives way, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back. Joey Wentz will take over here.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Here's Francisco Lindor. In the dirt. Two outs and one in scoring position. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning. Mets had 2 runs on this blast. Last chance coming up here for the Braves. All set to start the 9th in this one. And now it's the Braves DH, Ronald Acuna Jr. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. Smashed that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Fair ball. That gets by him. Headed for the plate. He will score. 3-run game. It's 5-2. Safely into third. It's an RBI triple.
Well, that gets him a little closer in this one. Now a huge at-bat in this game coming up.
So here's Murphy now. Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Devin Williams won't go any further. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. That one fouled off. Got him swinging for the strikeout. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Here's a 1-1. Oh! The Mets trying to close out a 3-run lead here at the top of the ninth. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Braves down to their final out.
Well, this guy's been pretty much a non-factor so far this weekend. Very little in the way of impactful at-bats and quality at-bats, and let alone contact. That's the 6th time they've set him down on strikes in the series, so no doubt frustration mounting.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Gone. Straight into the visitors' bullpen. Dominic Smith goes deep, and they cut into the deficit. They needed that one, Singy.
Indeed they did. They've been fighting to get back into this game, and just like that, they're back in it. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
So 2 down. Here's the second baseman, Ozzie Albies. The 2-1. And a foul ball. Braley is just 1 strike away. Hard ground ball, base knock. So the tying run reaches with 2 away.
That's tremendous fight from him, and I know it's got the dugout fired up down there. Down to the last strike, and he comes up with a hit to keep the game alive. It ain't over yet.
Popped up to the left, into foul ground. And it lands foul, so we reset and we'll do it again. Payoff pitch, and a foul ball, he stays alive. Here comes a 3-2. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, when you reel off 8 wins in a row, you're this close to double digits, and now all of a sudden it's a challenge within a challenge to get 2 more wins to get to 10. But there's definitely a high level of confidence that this team is playing at right now, and that's one of those things. You don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to disturb things. Make sure the clubhouse is giving you the same good food it's been giving you all along, and you can keep this win streak going.
Close one here today, and your final 5-4. They hang on to win it by a run. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
So I'm guessing that you never meant it. Said you tried hard on cause the little